Call the meeting to order. Young County Commissioners Court sitting in a regular meeting Monday, December the 11th, 2017. It is 9:32 a.m. Make note that the meeting is posted in manner for the time required. That all members of the court are present. And if it's convenient, please stand and flash your lights, if you will, to give our invocation and leader pledges.
Let's pray. Most gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for everything that we have and our blessings that you give us in life. Thank you so very much for the Christ that you sent us, and thank you for the opportunity to celebrate that most auspicious occasion of his birth. Thank you for the folks who stand between us and evil, our soldiers overseas and our soldiers here at home. Thank you for the men in blue who do so much to keep our streets and families safe. Please give some loving care to those families who can't be with each other because of situations of duty and responsibility. All of this we ask in Christ's name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state, under God, one and indivisible.
Thank you. Please be seated. Item number 3, public comments, announcements, and presentations. These are no action items. Have listed on there originally the Young County Agri-Life Extension Agent's quarterly reports. We'll get to those in just a second. Congratulations to the Graham Steers. It sounded exciting anyway on the radio. They'll be playing this Thursday, I believe.
Yes, sir.
In Frisco.
7 o'clock.
7 a.m.
PM.
PM. We got another. Anything else?
I want to thank everyone who purchased turkeys from the Sonic Lodge. We finished selling those up last week. It's the earliest we've ever finished selling those 100 smoked turkeys, and approximately 45% of them are going to go to families who would not otherwise have a turkey on Christmas. So it's a great project, and we appreciate everyone's participation in the community especially. So thank you.
I would like to let the commissioners know that the subfloor is downstairs on our shelving, and they'll be down there at noon to work on it. And also, I went to a conference, and the county clerk's office won a 2017 5-star award, first award that we've had in the office.
Wonderful.
Congratulations. Thank you.
Can you explain that just a little bit?
This is vital statistics. This is the reports that we do to Austin on birth, death, marriage, fetal deaths, and things like that. The remote births that we balance with them and get our money down there to them correctly, and just the reports that we have to do to them.
Very
So,
good.
Good job, Karen.
Thank
Congratulations.
you.
We'll make note of that, and we'll file a copy or whatever of that we need. Minutes. Is there anything else? Anybody out here in public audience not want to make an announcement or anything like that? None being, we'll move to item 4. Consider county clerk's minutes from previous meetings. That would be November 9th. That I believe we failed to do on the last meeting, and November the 27th and December the 7th, 2017. Are there any additions, corrections, or deletions that need to be made to any of those minutes?
So much.
Okay, that's Wiley. second by Commissioner Rogers, is that correct? To approve those minutes as presented, all in favor? Aye. Carried 5-0. Justin. Miranda. You want to give your report now?
Good morning.
That will back
Been a
there on
couple
the-
months since-
And we'll get you here in just a minute.
Okay,
We're ready.
okay.
Come on up.
Oh, don't be up. Okay. Good, closer. It's been a couple months since I've been able to be here. The last couple reports that we've given, I had a class scheduled at the Senior Citizen Center, and we finally finished that up. It was a class for caregivers of people with disabilities. And instead of how to be a caregiver, it was how to take care of yourself as a caregiver, how to ask for help, how to take time for yourself. You know, it's okay to have your own emotions and still you have a job to do that becomes a full-time job. Sometimes that takes a lot away from families, whether it be a job or lifestyle. So we had 6 participants in that class. It was in partnership with the Area Agency on Aging out of Wichita Falls. They cover several counties, including Young. So we finished that, and then we have just secured a date to do a program with Graham High School called Welcome to the Real World, which will be a half-day simulation on buying a home, filing taxes, getting a job, and keeping finances. Buying groceries, having kids, you know, all the kind of things that adults have to do on a daily basis, life skills, managing money. So we're really excited about that coming up in April, and we'll be asking for lots of volunteers on that one.
Did
So
you include high school?
it's just gonna be geared towards the junior class right now. First time out of the bat, we're gonna try just the juniors, and then Interbank is sponsoring it, so.
On the ag side of AgriLife Extension, we concluded our 2017 year with some programs. Might have mentioned last time they were through here, I guess last time was the kids, but in September in Albany, we had the young archer, the archer young, however you look at it, we call it the winter cattle program, and it was a supplemental feeding program. And Dr. Ron Gill, the head of the Animal Science Extension Department at College Station, come and visit about the supplemental feeding and kind of what understanding your nutritional needs of your cows going through the winter, and kind of a breakout from last year's North Central Texas Cattlemen's Clinic we had in November this year. We'll talk about that in a minute, but it was a breakout from that, and people wanted to eat. He wanted to speak longer, and had several requests to him bring him back for a special, more narrowly focused program. We did that on September the 14th or 16th, or right in mid-September, and it was a good response. Had 55 people there. We also had a water harvesting program in October. Talked about water harvesting from a homeowner standpoint and also from a landowner standpoint. It was a good. We had a real good feel for that program. I think was excited to see the turnout. It had a huge amount of people, but good response. That's new people to extension programs. And in November, we had our annual North Central Texas Cattlemen's Clinic, and talked several different subjects on that, and we identified some new areas that we're going to talk about this spring on some programming. From a 4-H agriculture and natural resources side, a couple different events we've gone to, our district livestock judging contest. Again, our team qualified for the state contest in June. Had it earlier this year. Last year we had it in April. This year we had it in November. The county, high individual of the district contest came from our county. So we had 3, the third place team. We also had an individual that was in the intermediate division that was high individual in regions. Beef Quiz Bowl, also a new team that we haven't had here for a few years. They also qualified for state, and they were third place in the senior division. Going forward into January, we have our county stock show. It is in about a month. January, I believe it's the 9th through the 13th or 10th to the schedule here in front of me. It is January 11th to 13th. We will weigh everything in on the 11th, and we'll show on the 11th, 12th, and the premium sale is on the 13th. Going forward to some ag programs, I guess to back up also, we conducted our major show validations for sheep and goats and hogs. Sheep and goats were in October, hogs were in November. And we did all of our major show entries in November, in the middle and end of November. Got all those put in just a few weeks ago, and our numbers are up in terms of participation. Our county show will be in January, and we'll hit the 5 different major stock shows throughout the year. From our ag programming standpoint, we're going to do a new kind of, or with our program area committee, we always bounce off ideas. Miranda has a program area committee, we have a 4-H program area committee, we all have an ag program area committee. We ask those producers that sit on that program area committee to visit about what they see going forward is important as a programming idea. One thing came out in our county, along with Jack County, is wild hog programming. We're seeing lots of wild hog issues. Just talked to a producer last night whose wheat's been devastated by it. And so we're going to do a couple series of wild hog programming in conjunction with Jack County this spring, April, May type time. Also, we're going to look at possibly doing, I'm going to run it by my ag program area committee in January, but I'm going to try to do maybe an ag tour. Trying to see some things, different places around the county that are providing services. Maybe get some people that may be new to the county to come to some of the tours and see what that's been some of the output of the committee has been. We need some basic information for some people. One thing else on our 4-H, we've kind of redone our council just a little bit this year. Not so much redone it, but just kind of we're a little different focus. Our county 4-H council is basically our county officers for all the different communities coming. And it's a senior level, usually senior level type kids, even though the juniors are welcome to run for office and be involved. But we have done a little different approach. The first month of September, we did a tour of Farmers Million. Saw their feed mill, how it's done, how the feed is processed. Last month, we went to Potter's Pizza, talking about how to be an entrepreneur. We visited with Shane Potter on what it is to be a business owner, what it is to be an entrepreneur, and that was kind of a different idea. The kids really liked that. We got a good attendance of that, and we've actually had some parents that have really had a good outpouring of how they like the way that's been done. Instead of just having a meeting, we do have our meeting with that, have club reports and give some dates and things to the kiddos, but also let those kids get a little different idea of what some of the real world is all about. So that's kind of what we've got going from the ag side and some of the ag 4-H side. Along with Miranda's program, and it's been a wild several months, but it's been good. We appreciate your continual support and the things of our program. Any questions on anything we have?
So you can get rid of all the wild hogs around here?
Please.
That would be nice. I don't know if there is an answer for total eradication.
We got make tree worms.
Boll weevils, tree worm, yeah.
They're bad.
Yeah.
How's the ag barn out there? How's it looking?
It's real good. We actually had a training, as you brought that up, in September. We had a full all-county training clinic. It was an all-species clinic about selection, showmanship, general health care, animal husbandry, how we expect the facility to be maintained. And went over, it was about a 3-hour training with all the families that were out there, invited the whole county. And we had several people that weren't in the facility that also came to listen to the training, I guess. It's been good. It's been a good thing for the kids. The kids are maintaining it. I try to go out there about every 10 days, if not weekly, and just walk through the facility and being the ag teacher, the ag teachership program, visit quite often about just concern, and then a couple things, make sure our facility is maintained like it was asked from us, the supervisors, and also the health of the animals, just making sure health is good. So far, it's been really good. I think we had a good outpouring of people. It's full. So that's.
How many animals are in the project?
There are 3 hog barns, and there are 20 pens in each barn, I believe. And so I think there's about 80 pigs. And then in the sheep and goat barn, there's just a handful of sheep and goats in there. There's also some pigs in there because of overflow. And so there's probably 100 animals out there. I haven't actually encountered them, but of the 60 pens in the pig barns, each of them have at least one, and if not, some of them have two. And so there's probably 80 in the barns, and there's another 10 or so there. So there's roughly 100. But it's been a really good, good project, Bill, to appreciate the donation of the land from the Commissioner's Court. It's a very good PR thing for our community and our county. I'm very pleased on how that's come together.
Yeah, I might bring you up to date on another facility situation. We're well on our way to completing the kitchen remodel out at the annex.
That was on our list of things.
Yes, it was.
All right, then. Well, let me steal your thunder.
No, we appreciate everything that has gone into the planning and getting it started and getting new appliances, and it's finally happening, and we see progress, and we're excited about it, so.
Very quality work. You can tell the gentlemen that are doing it are professionals. They know what they're doing. It's very impressive. It's going to be a really good
I'm
thing.
really excited. One of the concerns I had with getting this kind of project started is talking to contractors. It seems like the newer homes that they build nowadays all have gourmet kitchens in them for women who don't know how to cook. So it's kind of just a part of building a house. They put thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into appliances and countertops and what have you that, you know, see the mail opened on it and the kids doing their homework, and basically that's.
When you
That's
ask for
it.
basic, they don't know what to think, they don't know what to do, and that's what we need for the kids, to teach them the basics before they get something high-end, so.
Yeah.
And this works for boys and girls, boys with show pigs and girls that ride horses. Everybody needs to know how to operate around a kitchen and operate safely, and we're trying to do everything we can out there with the limited budget.
But it
that we
also
have.
expands our programming ideas. Think about our council, maybe you want to teach them how to do something next year, you know, how to prepare a Christmas meal or Thanksgiving meal, you know, something that they can give back, and we can, every maybe the day, we're gonna have our volunteer lunch here in a few weeks. We'll be able to, we won't probably prepare that this year.
Well, I've seen both of you struggle to prepare something for your advisors or a meeting or what have you in that small kitchen that we have. And for Miranda to try to teach canning class in, you know, in a place, you have 6 kids in there, you got room for 1 can. You know, there's not even going on. So I think this is a real important development for your 4-H program, and that's gonna be real.
Well, a lot of times we'll feed our program area committees in the evening, even a meal or something like that. Be nice to put a brisket in or put a roast in, and
It's like you putting barbecue sandwiches together.
yes. That was it was pretty tight in there.
Hey,
This
Miranda.
will definitely help.
Miranda, I seen you're doing a car seat checkup thing.
Yes,
Have you done that in Graham?
we did one in April.
Have you ever thought about doing it with the sheriff's office?
I think we called at the time and said, you know, if there's people that can come help, send them.
That'd be a good thing.
I want to say
That's
for
a really good.
some reason, the only first responder that was able to come was the SRO.
Mhm.
And he actually sent him to the elementary school to try to catch parents that needed help, to send them our direction.
So it's Ty Beeman.
Uh-huh. Um,
I knew looking at him.
And so we know that there's somebody that's certified to do car seat checkups at the hospital here, and there's another one.
That's a law
with-
now, isn't it? They can't leave a hospital without.
Yes,
That's
yes. But not every hospital has somebody that's actually certified to install and teach, and then only EMS has one that's certified as well.
That's good.
Um,
I like that.
We did like 80 car seat checks at Head Start in Olney Memorial
Wow.
Day weekend.
Good.
It was hot
How was it
and
turning?
gross. It was amazing. It was amazing.
That's
So
great.
when we get, they'll send us a allotment, and they'll say, if you want car seats, you know, sign up now. That should be coming out in January, so we'll do another one. Yes,
I just like that.
yes, yeah.
But isn't it also true that one car seat won't go through the duration of that trial? You have to
Correct.
change it
Correct.
Yeah,
in the midst of the stream, which is more expensive.
yes.
And they are expensive.
Yes, so, I mean, if anybody can call our office and set up an appointment, and I can check the current car seat they have, I just don't always have car seats to give. So,
Right.
but I can check car seats anytime,
Awesome.
so.
Good deal.
That'd be a good business to get into.
You need to get somebody to
Refurbish
refurbish
them, the used ones, and resell them.
I agree,
I mean, that'd be good for.
because our issue is once they have an accident, there's a car seat in there, they can't use it anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
A lot of times you can call the insurance company and say, I have a car seat, I need a
They'll
new one.
replace it.
And they'll replace it almost instantly.
Right.
No questions asked, just because it's the safety of a child. There are instances where they'll kind of balk at it, but in general, they're
Shame on the
really
insurance
good.
company for that.
Yeah. But in general, they're really good about kids in car seats.
Are you gonna do that program at all, welcome to the real world?
I hope to, yes.
Do you have other people coming in, other speakers to help you with that? Or you
Yes,
do all that?
that's the goal. So hopefully we'll have an insurance agent come talk to the kids about homeowners insurance. We'll have a CPA come talk to them about filing taxes. We'll have somebody from the grocery store come talk to them about buying on a budget, buying for a family of 2 or 6 or whoever it is. And then we have the ag economist out of the District 8 office that'll come and kind of wrap it all up for the day. So that's our goal.
If you have any suggestions on our council, those trainings we did in FMC and then Potter's Pizza, you know those businesses that you'd like to see our kids go to, we're open to suggestions and ideas. So different things, I think, just kind of expose those kids to leadership activities and in real world, not to take the thunder, but to sometimes real world, something they need to know going out of we'll probably go talk to a banker, have a banker come talk to us, maybe a realtor, something like that's career minded. I know it's pretty career focused, but that's kind of that's kind of the point. So I just try to expose those kids to some things that get their minds rolling a little bit.
I was talking to Justin a little bit about an addition to that type of program where maybe the 4-Hers shadow someone in a specific public service area. Let them spend 3, 4, 5 days a week with that person to see what those jobs actually entail, because all anyone ever sees is the facade. They don't see the work that goes in, the problems that are solved, and those kind of things. So we're talking about maybe getting a program like that started up for those kids.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thank you very much for that report.
I don't see how these guys could be any more busy than they are.
I'm going to need a motion to accept their report.
No, that's a non-action item. I think that's just for our information, but I'd like to give that about once a quarter. Item number 5 is consider order for budget amendments, payment of vouchers.
I don't have any budget amendments today. Of course, I have vouchers. These are 18 vouchers. As far as I know, I think we're through with 17, don't you think, Ann?
Maybe one more, but
Yeah,
pretty
pretty
close.
This is FY17,
This is 18.
18.
And the total on it is $64,110.49. And out of the general fund is $54,697.49. And there is a Don's Butane invoice enclosed.
Does that include these vouchers that we've got down here?
I believe it is. I was looking,
West Texas County Judges Commission Association.
is that how that is
That's
listed?
$150.
I don't see that one, but if y'all
Well, they
approve it,
kind of came in late, I don't know what they had ready for this one or not.
I don't see, but I can do a live check on it if y'all approve it. What's the other one? Miranda Lindley?
Miranda and
Yes.
Justin.
And then Justin's are in here.
Okay, entertain a motion on the vouchers payable.
so moved.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Aye.
Four carries, 5.
No, it'd be 401.
You have one out? 401. Okay, now, West Texas County Judges Commissioner Association annual membership dues of $150. Bullet point down here that I don't think was included in this.
So moved.
Okay.
I'll second that.
All in favor? The other bullet point was extension agents reimbursement. Miranda Rebel, Justin Rogers, and they were included in the original motion. Item number 6, County Treasurer's Financial Report and updates on securities pledge.
$5,607,990.61 was your budget for the pledge.
And there is also, as a bullet point below that, there's consideration of a resolution. And that is to retire some of those pledges, withdrawal of securities pledge held in trust by Texas Independent Bank. This is coming to us from Sierra Bank. And they wish to reduce that commitment, I believe. It looks like about 1.5, or just over $1.5 million. Resolution's needed, so we'll need to, if we choose to.
You want to vote on them separately?
I'll move that we adopt the resolution submitted by Sierra Bank for the withdrawal of funds held in trust by Texas Independent Bank. And those are two separate securities, one for $999,484 and one for $522,885.
Do we need a vote by precinct?
No, we just need this motion second.
Do you want to do the vouchers first and then this, or do you want to?
Did we not vote on the vouchers?
On the financial report, we didn't vote there. We had a first.
I have a first on.
Okay, yeah.
Stacy second.
Wiley? You had a second?
Stacy.
Okay, all in favor of the treasurer's report? Carried 5-0. Okay, now the resolution, I'll make that motion that we
I'll
adopt.
second the resolution.
All in favor?
Aye.
5-0. Execute the original.
We are starting to get the tax money in, and our finances are looking good. And they need to add more securities to our account as we start getting more and more tax money in, they'll up them and they'll pledge some more securities to it. We keep an eye on it.
But they'll let you know that.
Right. Yeah, well, I'll let them know.
Just paid money.
Item number 7, is that right all in?
That's it.
Miranda?
That's it.
Item number 7 is consider employee bond, one for Timmy Lynn Hall, court administrator. It's in the amount of $5,000.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Pruitt, second by Wiley, to approve such bond as presented. All in favor? Carried 5-0. Item number 8, discuss November activity report for jail, sheriff's office.
I'll give you the copy of the jail first. Right now, there's 83 in jail.
Okay.
Population's growing.
A little bit.
Gentle souls.
Or any of those.
Some of them are some from that, we have 5 right now from out of county. If you'll look down at the bottom, where it says cost for inmates housed from other counties, that 2728 is what it's costing us. 3960 is what we're charging them. That's what we'll get back.
Y'all didn't even put very many miles over there, so this is not true.
On which one, the jail? No, sir.
Yeah.
No.
That's good.
The one you were trying to.
That's good.
4 of them going to TDC and 3 to pick up from my county. And we're going to bring them back.
How are we looking on reimbursements on the transfers?
We should start seeing that either this month or next month. You know, they changed the way that we requested those reimbursements back in May. It's thrown everything into a, yeah, so, but they're saying either this month or next month we'll start seeing those reimbursements. They'll get caught up. So we've got May through now that they owe us. They owe us several $1,000s right now.
Yeah. And they're not paying interest on that either.
No, sir, they don't do.
Yeah. Be nice.
It would.
But at least we're getting something back.
That's right, that's right.
Hey, Mr. Governor, can I ask you a question? Unlike the inmates that we're holding for the city of Graham from the
Yes, sir.
PSC, how much is your charge on them?
It's $31 a day. That is what it basically costs us
Basic cost. I know
without
I
any,
including some other provisions in there. I think it costs us more than that.
Yeah.
well, that's without any medical or anything. That's just basic food, water.
That doesn't count.
Okay.
We'll call the meeting back to order. It is 5 minutes to 11 on Monday, December the 11th, 2017. We're on item number 8. First bullet point, we're going to discuss and consider placement of 2 patrol vehicles. Travis Babcock's going to give us all that information about what he thinks we need to do.
Yeah. In 2000, we have 2 2015 Tahoes that should have, from talking with Billy, we should have already done something with these. But he wants us to talk, he asked me what I thought. I want to go ahead and just keep these on the lease program. But in other words, roll them into,
You say 2 or 12?
this 2015, 2 of them.
2 of them, okay.
And they're, both of them are, the only thing we owe them right now is a $9,000 residual on both of them. And then we go ahead and get these now, then we won't owe anything till 2019 on them.
Actually, the 9,000 was due in November, we've just been kind of waiting to see what we're gonna do, so but
Pay
Billy.
them all.
Right.
And that was motor grader, 9,000 collectively or each?
9,000.
Each. Because that's what it says. It says on the, where did I see
Here's
it?
the amortization.
That was, yeah, what's what they call their lease down payment.
It's always the last thing.
Right, the last one. Yeah.
You need to replace them.
Well, if we're gonna keep them on the lease program, we need to do it because of the mileage.
They got on the radio. On the
I need
radio.
to ask me, I don't remember how much mileage is on it, but they're getting up there pretty good. He was already concerned about the mileage.
Can you get your miles way up there too high, then you're not doing a whole lot of research.
Right, exactly.
It'll still be over 9,000.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I don't have nothing.
What I,
either.
y'all don't have anything?
Uh-huh.
That's my fault. There you go.
So these are the actual contracts that.
You just, well, that's all I had. I don't know about the.
Yeah, the original contracts, and I think they were both the same. They
I
were the
remember them. Yeah, I remember them.
amortization schedule on it.
New price of cost, new unit will cost.
Well, look how much that one was.
So everything in the 15 will fit the
Then?
17?
Where's the one on the one?
Your let me go get the
Hey,
contract for his.
Everything in the
new one.
15 will fit the
But see,
17?
here's all the equipment we've already paid for it. It was $11,000.
Should, everything should just fit right in there.
Yeah, I got plenty of money in your budget too, Dave.
Sure.
Next
Well, the
year.
thing is,
Next year.
how much was it?
Next year, yeah.
Okay.
I've got
On
it.
this,
Yeah,
here,
no, did we got a year, how much?
yeah, 83.
Okay, we budgeted a payment in this year's budget.
We made a payment, and
We
then
did.
there's the, see, we made a payment in
Right.
November of the 83.
So to pay it off,
After
it's
that, the
9 grand.
9,000 is
Each
remaining.
and a half.
18,
So-
But
18 grand.
We've got a
Right,
total.
9,000 apiece. I mean, So
Here's the thing.
then we can sell them, or
Yes.
is Billy gonna try to sell them?
Billy will try to sell
it'll
it
go
for us,
through him that way.
Let's
like we
do-
did the last one.
Let's do
I'm gonna do what
something.
we do with
What's
mine.
that?
Let's do something besides letting Billy try to sell.
That's
it.
what I said, do like we do with
Let's see if
mine.
we can't get another avenue.
Yeah.
Now,
we get.
but our objective is to get the most out of it,
And absolutely, I'm with you on that.
you know.
Yeah.
But here's the thing about it is, we won't have to come up with that 9,000. Because what we can do is, when they sell the vehicle, we can take the 9,000 out of the sale of the vehicle, which won't have to come out of our budget money.
Buy it for-
Right. And whatever remainder of that is, you go against whatever the new
Right,
vehicle
we're
is.
gonna take towards the rest, right?
Yeah. Buy equity in the first.
Exactly, liability the first payment, yes.
So pay off the 9,000 and then whatever is over that, that's what we'll pay now.
Yes.
And then we'll do like we do with Mike's grader, and see if we can find, even if we put them out for bids and stuff like we did, that's.
Yeah.
There's an amortization
Good
schedule
with that.
back there.
I think there's some other avenues out there that we can get in contact with.
And you got-
What we used to do, I guess we can, I'm good with that.
And you got a
He
Tahoe.
he can still look at his avenues, we can look
Yeah.
for ours,
Right.
whichever one.
And he
brings the
may
most.
have the better buyers, I mean, because he feels that, but who knows,
Well,
we can
Well,
always.
he can sure.
That's where we should get all the players we can in the game, so we can make what we can.
And all this does is make them players he has polished.
Mhm.
Make sure we get the best
The
deal.
Tahoe itself was, 29.5 when we bought it, and it's, of course, it's got a lot of miles, but it should.
How many miles got on it, Travis?
I don't know how many miles, I know they're like, it's over 100,000 on both of them, I think.
So you got a 2-year vehicle with over 100,000.
Maybe, and don't hold me to that, because I'm not for sure, maybe less than that.
The thing about it
When I
is,
think about
the new
it.
ones are a lot more than what those were now.
Yeah,
So,
but if we can still use some of this equipment, it's
yeah,
gonna help.
radios and all that should be able to run.
Right, just right back over into the other ones.
But a Tahoe's gonna sell.
Oh, absolutely.
It'd be better than a pickup.
Even if we went to, I mean, smaller agencies look
Nah,
for
he
something.
dropped to 100,000 even more. Yeah.
You know, smaller agencies look for things like that.
Oh, yeah. Like Alney, they were buying some at one time.
See, private security services. Yeah, private security.
Oh, they did,
Yeah.
like this.
Yeah, you can make it back in.
Because they're not gonna put the
One
miles
problem
on
with
what
Billy's,
we would.
nothing against Billy.
It's right around town there.
And Billy
Got
has
other things to do.
He does.
But he does for us really well.
He does, he did for me with my pickup.
Those are the,
I'm sorry.
police
Yes,
station or whatever.
Yes, sir. No, I have that,
Police
action.
interceptor is what they call it.
I'd take it.
Yeah.
They'll run
Yeah,
fast.
really
vehicle.
good.
Thank you,
Sir.
sir.
They'll run fast.
Yeah, they will run
These are
fast.
the old contracts that we, you know.
They just won't stop real quick.
I might give you a copy of that front, then you'll know what we're talking about.
I need to get Billy to see what a new price for one
The thing is, you're looking at probably 4 months before you ever receive that. vehicle.
Okay, now, I can probably get hold of him right now to ask him to send y'all something, but
He was in court.
I know he's already has that one that he got the okay from. So whatever, you know what I'm saying?
is. He didn't give us a price on it
Okay.
yet. That's what we.
And I can do it, and I know that 9,000 on each is due, say it was due in November, we're waiting to see about ordering these others with everything else going on. I can go ahead and pay these off, get the title, let's wait to do, you know, to get the money. and
Okay,
see
so
what-
that one of them has 76,000 miles
That's gonna be worth a lot more money. Yeah, what's the other one have?
I bet you get 20,
Yeah,
at least
I-
20 grand for it, at least.
What color are they?
With that motor light.
See, your
With that motor in it.
magic number on those now is 80,000. Is the magic number. And usually after 80,
Well, whoever's driving it,
Usually it was a whole bunch of them.
Shoot.
About 20,000 miles over the last few years, too.
Yeah,
60 used to be.
yeah.
Well, he's at a six-minute conference. So,
We don't really wanna pay them off, we wanna do what we said before, we'll let them,
Do the try, okay.
we'll let them take, if they wanna charge us a little bit of interest on that. Or maybe he'll waive that interest on that.
Maybe so, we'll just say more.
And then we'll just tell them, once we get the vehicle sold, then we'll take that 9,000 out of that purchase, that cost that we sold it to.
Yeah, take your money out of that price.
Yeah, instead of taking it out of our pocket.
and I know we want to get a price on it, but do we want to go ahead and start moving on this? What he wanted to do is for next time, make sure that we already have the money budgeted for it, to not let this lapse over, to get the better price for the vehicles that we're going to turn in, you know what I'm saying? Not wait until 4 months after the residuals due on
Well,
it.
let me ask you a question on that deal. If he's buying that one, if you do 3, would they do a better buy?
I can ask him.
That would be something I'd look at, if we're gonna do a more purchase
If
deal,
they had them available.
and see if they're getting a better price.
And I know this one was sitting on the lot, so find out. We can call him, talk to him today,
Find out.
put it back on the agenda, I guess, for next
That's
week.
what I do. But we need to get them, on the move.
You say he's already got one located,
To replace that red pickup.
so is it in the process now?
However y'all wanna work it.
What's the pleasure on the 2?
Let's go ahead and see if we can't even make another deal on the other 2 with that third one there, that first one, and see if you can get a better price.
So you're gonna make a motion for him to be authorized to go ahead and get,
Replace 3 new.
Replace the
because
3.
that's what he needed the last time,
Yeah, the
Need
2,
one, they were ready to.
Billy.
the 2 is what it's gonna be in the roof.
I know, but he needs the authorization, because he gave me copies of it the last
Yeah,
time.
right.
To include the previously authorized.
Yes. I would say so.
Got all that?
Can you read it?
Yes, Kate. Yes.
I tell me, get back here.
Read our minds.
Look at my notes, they're terrible. Uh-huh.
41,000. All the costs. Yes, yes.
41.
Yeah, see, these were at 41 with all of the equipment that we had to buy.
This
Yes.
$11,000 worth of equipment, some of that can go in
Some
there.
of
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what we gotta do, we gotta stay with the same
yes,
type of vehicles.
yes.
Can't keep
We'll have
jumping
to
from
get-
pickups to Tahoe.
Yeah, I think all these that were, there's 2015s are Tahoes, everything should be just interchanged right.
I mean, the light bar should, all of that, the only thing that he could probably have to do from the pickup to the Tahoe was the cage.
Yeah.
But the light bar and everything else should fit.
Yeah, Calvin Dash, everything the same.
Yeah.
And I'll probably even have a cage in the, yeah. Go, I can look at it and see.
That's where they get us on the equipment and
Yeah.
installation.
What do you think, John?
Well, I know it's kind of convoluted here. We've already done one. We want to try to include these 2 in the package.
If we can get a better price. Well, we can make 2 different contracts, but through the process of getting them bought, we can do negotiation with 3 instead of 1.
And actually, he'll probably do the 3 different, list like. he
Yeah,
did on
it'll be
these,
3.
he'll do-
All of them will be different contracts.
If you want to authorize to pursue the purchase of 2 new ones, I think that would be the appropriate
Yes.
measure or motion to make, and then going, I mean, we'll notify him that if he can include the 2 with this 3 and make some kind of a better package deal, we'll do that.
But I think you're right, I think we need to probably go ahead and move.
Yes. Sound like, I'll make that motion.
What is it?
I make that motion to authorize him to go ahead and try to get two,
Pricing for the.
pricing on the Tahoes to replace the existing two Tahoes that are already in the lease rotation,
2015.
the two 2015s.
I'll second.
If I could get one.
You want the whole thing or just the front sheets with
The whole thing, well,
the
if I get the same.
Let me make both.
Okay.
That way you'll have each one of each. Then Katie, you just want the fronts of these for your records or?
Just to identify who which two.
Okay. I can do it.
We still need to vote. Haven't voted yet.
I need to see it. Oh, okay.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Rogers to authorize Billy Hughes with the First
American National.
American National
Leasing.
Yeah, American National Leasing. For pricing of two Tahoe police package vehicles. I think that'd probably be all the motion that would be necessary. We'll notify Billy if he can include that into the current
We got
package.
one, yeah, I'll call him right as soon as I walk out the door.
Sounds good.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good. Anything else, Shirley?
Yeah, you can go away now. You've been here all the time.
Oh, mercy.
I bet Lauren's like, come on. I think we should jump to 18 and then go back to 50. Lauren.
Hey, make her wait.
I sat here and listened to Travis for an hour now.
For hours?
Hours and hours,
That's enough to make you shoot yourself, isn't it?
Back to our MH and Mark.
I'm about ready.
What's he doing after she's twitching?
Thanks, Jim.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Tim.
This item number 9 is discuss, consider contract for primary services, Lauren Sullivan, election administrator. I don't really necessarily think there's, I believe it's a courtesy that.
Yeah, I tend to do this as a courtesy, just so you guys and the public knows that, right now, I have a signed agreement from Fran Edens, the Democratic chair, to do a joint primary. Kyle's coming in this evening to be here for the filing deadline, so I'm hoping he'll sign his this evening. We did talk about it. He didn't indicate that there was anything he would want to renegotiate, because it's a pretty boilerplate, contract. Basically says I'll do everything unless it's mandated that the party chairs do it. So, and then we turn around and bill for everything except, early voting. We pay all our early voting costs. So, and that's all very standard, but, in order to get my stuff rolling, I need to go ahead and sign into the contract. So, I don't think there's any action that you guys have to do on it. I'd just like to make sure you know that I am contracting with an outside group, 2 groups. Yes.
Well, I believe, I move that we acknowledge that.
Second that, we acknowledge that.
Did one?
They're just
We made a
acknowledging.
motion to acknowledge.
They're just trying to drive you nuts
They
today.
are, they're doing a good job.
Well, I appreciate that. It's a courtesy that.
Yeah.
We do appreciate it.
It's into.
Well,
It makes things more transparent.
I like to be transparent.
Out front.
It makes my job much
You are.
happier.
And she's finally getting her notary.
I am, I'm trying to get my notary. I've turned that in the
All
other
in
day.
favor of acknowledging that we will have a joint contract, or the election administrator will have a joint contract with the Democrat and Republican parties for the primary elections. All in favor?
Who made the second?
35 votes.
Jimmy Wiley,
Who made the motion?
the judge.
Oh, okay.
And on a personal note, thank you all for the thoughts and prayers last week as we lost my grandmother. That service is not going to be until January, so it's going to be a long holiday season, but I appreciate you letting me go and be with her. That was very meaningful. So, anyway, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Our condolences.
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
Hold on to the reason for the season.
Absolutely. All right. Y'all have a great rest of the meeting.
Good.
Gonna say.
Tell your husband I'm gonna call him.
Do I? No, I'm going to work now.
Hey, tell your mom.
I'll send him a text and tell him to watch out for you.
I need to fill out the services for my
I hope you moved.
Yeah.
Item 10, consider road crossing permit, timber.
View Drive. I would move that we approve this boring permit.
If you can get it moved
Second.
back, because they're gonna be unloading some stuff.
Have a motion by Commissioner Sykes, second by Commissioner Pruitt to approve such application permit for road board on Timberview Drive. All in favor?
Okay, wait a minute, I had somebody else talking to me, who made the motion?
I did.
And who
Pruitt,
seconded?
second.
Mr. Matt.
And this permit's to Brazos Telephone Co-op.
Congratulate everybody on putting a picture in there that you can actually tell where it's at.
Yeah. Aerial view.
There, the view's good.
Yeah.
I guess it looks like they already called 811. Okay.
Yeah, it did call 811, they included the 811 dictator in there too, that was good.
That's good.
I was just
Are we going to have to renew that?
Now we're
Yeah,
going back.
Drew
This
Cole,
permit?
football game together.
Well, of course, it says application, so I guess we could say instead of permit, it's an application for the road board, since we can't charge or
Request for permit?
request. So
Well,
it's really just an application for,
Basically, all they're doing is giving us notice of
yes.
it's actually both, it's the application and the permit
location.
together.
Okay.
I said, this is, that the Young County, state of Texas does hereby grant the right, privilege, right of way to Brazos Telephone, the lake, construct, and all that, so there's a permit there with the application. You make an application in that number, that first paragraph, we're actually authorized.
I'm just going by what you sent us on the statute that says we really can't charge and we really can't, they don't have to really, utility don't even have to ask us really, the board. But
Really just need a
we just
notification.
need a notification is what we need. You know, what's the cool thing about this job?
What's
You,
that?
you learn more,
You learn a lot.
there's, when you, more you dig deeper, the more you find.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Well,
It's not more you won't find.
Yeah.
let's, permit fee may be, something way. Maybe I need to go back in there and get somewhere where we waive the permit fee. Don't,
Just whatever that statute, you might compare it with the statute and see what,
you know, if by some means there's damage done, I mean, we do relief and we can pursue it.
yes.
We can't permit it, but we can request a notification of where it's happening,
Yeah.
of location, notification of location.
And that'll be marked anyway. That's
Is
something
there-
that's required.
Fire chief's department marker.
That'd be nice. Then they
It
build,
would be nice.
then they build a new fence and knock the marker down.
You're talking about the swing baseball.
Yeah.
Item number 12, consider financing through Stewart, no, that's not number 11. We're going to discuss and consider purchase two 2018 Mack CHU 613 trucks on buy board, Jenny Molly Precinct 4.
Yes, sir. The 2018s, they had two that is in stock. And we've done some modifications to them and got them up to our standards of what we wanted. And, making a deal on them. This deal here is gonna give us a buyback option, or what I'm gonna say is, it's just like a motor grader deal. They'll have a buyback number on it. Or we're looking at them in 13 months, or we'll look at them in 3 years. It just depends on which one is gonna be the best.
Kind of like what Stacy just did.
That will be whatever the best beneficial deal on it.
Or, is there this is gonna be a lease purchase? option?
Lease purchase option, yes.
Trading something
I'm
in?
not gonna trade anything in. I am doing, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pay $20,000 down for a truck. What I'm gonna do on it. And then build equity in it.
What's the price of cash price?
Cash price, 116, 143.
Ms. Harder,
Yes.
you got anything you need to add to your?
No, I've looked these over this morning and through by board, everything's good. I don't see any problem with it at all.
Okay, this is the buy board.
I'll make the motion to we purchase the two 2018 Max CHU 613.
So you just need to use your trailer.
Yeah.
So you're in on this deal?
I wasn't in on this, I bought one of his trucks from him.
In trailer.
And a trailer. I had to put brakes on it, my goodness.
Well, the
Trailer
trailer,
brakes were terrible.
They were,
if they're bad, bring them up to us, we'll put them on there and half day.
Oh, we already did it.
Did you?
Yeah. We already.
Trailer brakes on those trailers aren't that big. Did you?
no.
We have a motion from Commissioner Wiley to, purchase two 2018 Mack CHU 613 trucks on buy board. And that'll be, for the benefit of precinct 4. We have a second.
I'll second.
Good.
They gained 18 years.
So 13,
I wanna know how that's working out for y'all when y'all finish it.
13 months and 3 year deal, is that what the?
Well, that initial cost.
Lease purchase agreement?
These
If he gets it to build the trucks.
Is it going, is it
What we're doing,
Limit on mileage.
what we're doing, the bank that I'm going with, he's talking to the corporate office. And they're gonna see what kind of deal they can do on the buyback number even bigger than what they're doing it right now. Right now, they're looking at 80,000 in 3 years on the buyback number. But that's why we're gonna look at it in 13, because in 13, like we're thinking, everything is starting to go like this in the oil field, and that depicts what the truck market is. And we've already talked to a lot of people about what the truck market's already doing. And the big increase is gonna be next year, when they'll be worth a lot more. So it's just like on our road graders, they'll give us 180,000 in 3 years for a buyback number. Well, we usually get 20,000 to 25,000 more than what the buyback number is. It'll be the same way on these trucks.
okay, so, do you want to add anything on the option, or will it be on the exhibit?
It'd be on the exhibit, I imagine, what it'd be.
So you trading your old trucks in?
No, I'm not, I'm trading it. I'm gonna
Where you
sell,
doing?
what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the other truck I have. I've got another truck there, and I've got a dump body trailer,
Oh, yeah,
16
I'd do that.
yard, and I'm gonna sell them through the auction system. And then we'll
So
go-
one truck
That's me, yeah.
Yeah,
so one truck to
yeah.
Just in-house transfer?
Yeah, that's what we did.
Yeah, y'all have to remind me what you
But I have
did there.
no
We'll
truck, and I
fix
have a
it.
rig on
Fix it
all
up.
truck.
No, he said about me and Jimmy's trade.
He'll take it out his inventory, put it in yours for how much.
Right.
Already has.
Already-
Yeah, we already
Once
done that.
already did that.
Yeah, she's already done the inventory, and she already done the insurance.
Mhm.
You got some money out for him to make the down payment.
Okay, do we not have an exhibit on this yet?
We've got,
Yeah.
this is the one on, the one truck, you got the other truck, this is the
I do.
43212.
Do they limit y'all the mileage a year on those?
Uh,
No.
On the,
This is 43212.
I might check into it.
back behind one of these.
I can't tell you how much I spent on repairs and stuff for trucks.
4377.
Yeah, we talked. And the day that he was talking to us, I'm comparing people. He's happy.
But the link says, I didn't go through the market.
He's kind of coming.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you need bins or anything off of those 216s?
Well, just, you know, I guess it's on their kind of exhibit to go with motion.
I've got those
Okay.
now. We took the
I
four,
can give,
turned them up to five.
These front copies here, they had the VIN numbers, and
Same truck.
it was just an
Is
agreement
that
with
the
them.
partners?
Get her make some copies, you have you know, take it back.
It's got a three-year warranty on it.
I know, that's the good thing.
You don't have to do nothing.
See, I can't tell you how much of repairs that we do on our trucks.
Make copies.
Get a copy.
Air compressors go out,
Jimmy, both.
everything else.
Yeah. Jimmy's got a copy of that.
So I just needed my mind and bring you back the original.
Yeah.
All right.
And yeah,
Be
that's his
nice.
arrival agreement that he has.
Yeah.
It's not lease agreement.
Instead of having to shut
Yeah.
your two people down to work on a stupid truck.
He'll Stuart bring the contract for the,
Instead of trying to work on a truck.
he got it. That's what John had to sign. What was the interest on that?
What we've got here is,
It's 2 point something.
Yeah.
Commissioner Wiley on the motion, Commissioner Pruitt on the second,
Yes.
for a buy board purchase of two 2018 Mack CHU 613 trucks
Yes.
with specific buybacks and other options.
Yes.
There you go.
And that covers everything right
Covers all
there.
of it.
It is
That's what we think.
2.69.
2.69.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, 5-0.
You have to be thinking, Jimmy.
Okay, item number 12. Are we ready for item number 12? Consider financing two Stewart Cobb first, that's First National Leasing.
First National
Bank,
Bank,
Wichita.
bank leasing.
Bank leasing.
How much is
First
this?
National Bank
How much is this right now?
2.69.
2.69.
I just looked at that because I wasn't sure.
That's pretty reasonable.
That is really reasonable. That's probably better.
What he's looking at is the rate's gonna go up
Mhm.
2 times, he's thinking, by right before the first and after the first. What they're looking at, so. 2.69.
2.69. And they both have a 3-year guarantee buyback of $80,000.
Did you try Billy and them or just talk to Stewart? I bet Billy and them probably, they were at 3, I think, the last time.
Well, Stewart is the one that's talking with corporate,
Mm-hmm.
so the next contract may be even better than what this one here is on the buyback side of it. But the main thing is, he will still honor the 80 plus whatever they come up with. That's gonna be the next thing, the new thing, but, and he talked to him before I made the deal on this, that's why we got the 80 right now.
And nothing against anybody, but we might want to start looking at refinance and stuff, because everybody's interest rates are starting to hit us again, and they're starting to go up.
They will, some of the stuff's all in their line.
Do us,
Our own stuff. It's better than what we did.
Yeah.
We refinanced during those low rate.
Yeah, we're in good shape on the old stuff. Yeah.
Okay. Motion?
Yes.
second.
Second.
So what's the
Yes,
motion?
Mr. Pruitt?
Motion to finance the 2 trucks, the first national leasing.
2.69.
The motion I've got here is the motion by Commissioner Wiley, second by Commissioner Pruitt, to finance two 2018 Mack CHU 613 trucks through Stewart Cobb with First National Bank of Wichita Falls, First National Bank Leasing of Wichita Falls at 2.69% interest with guaranteed buyback provision.
Sound like you got it all.
Sounds good.
You may get with you later on signing the contract. I'll go through ahead and leave, look toward the sign.
Okay. Did we vote? All in favor? I guess we did, didn't we? Item number 13, discuss, consider lease agreement on 2018 John Deere 672G motor grader from RDO Equipment Company, my side.
Yes, sir. I have negotiated a pure lease. This is a lease, it's not a purchase. There will be no buyback at the end of the lease for a new 2018 John Deere 672G. That is an all-wheel drive motor grader. It's just that simple. Right now, what I need is authorization to have him order it because it won't be delivered until maybe March or April.
Is that an annual lease, monthly lease?
Annual lease of $21,861.39.
Did you notice they put tax on this?
That's because we're not buying it. Their leasing company is buying it, and leasing it to us, so. That's a
I got
it's a
you.
little different than we normally do, so.
So it's not a lease to purchase, it's just.
It's just a lease.
Rental, yeah.
Yeah, rental if you have it that way.
So you actually got 4 payments.
3.
It says 3 payments and then it says 1. and then-
3 payments, one of which is due at the delivery.
Okay, so you just got 3 payments.
3 payments, yes, sir.
So it's a term lease?
The term lease of 3 years.
3 years.
And you've already got, what'd you get for your other one? You got
One
that to go
nine,
down.
so,
Yeah.
You
You
got
almost
an
got to
hour,
pay for it.
Basically got the lease and you're paid for it.
Yeah.
you got an hour exemption on it, or?
$500.
Was this annual hours, 1,000?
1,000 is the way you wrote it down. We had talked about 500 initially, 1,000. It is 1,000 there, and the warranty is an extended warranty of 2,500. So it will need to bear some management, but we got 2 other graders that we can.
The maintenance and tires and
Maintenance
stuff?
is, well, no, we're responsible for tires.
Tires, yeah.
But it will be under full warranty for as long as we own it, so.
On everything, okay.
I just need authorization to have him go ahead and order the machine. Yes, sir.
Is there, you say there's a 500-hour limit?
I thought there was, I
1,000.
think this is written 1,000.
It
I
shows
was wrong.
annual hours, 1,000.
I was wrong.
Well, you'll have more than 1,000 hours.
I will.
Yeah, you sure will.
I will.
That's a lot of moving.
Depending
For
on
a
how much it
year.
rains.
Huh?
Depending on how much it rains.
Depending on what's right there.
See, that's the thing, you can be using your other machines,
Right.
bar ditching and stuff like that, and
Spread rock,
just use
whatever.
that to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Best I recall,
So I would-
when I was in the business, about 500 or 600 hours, about all they were
It is, that's what we put on.
in a year.
And I was busy last year with the FEMA project, the Seacrest project, still put maybe 600 hours on the one we use most of the time, which is one that we bought.
It'd be hard to get 1,000 hours.
So I would move, gentlemen, that you allow me to execute that order and the lease agreement on this lease.
Auditor, do you have anything to input in that?
No, if it's just like a rental instead of a lease purchase, it's probably, I don't think there's stipulations on it for bid laws or anything.
Okay, we got a motion by Commissioner Sykes,
I'll second that.
second by Commissioner Wiley. Authorized lease agreement. A 3-year term lease agreement
With RDO equipment.
with RDO Equipment Company for one 2018 John Deere 672G motor grader.
Is that a Fort Worth or?
Out of Fort Worth, yes.
To be used with Commissioner Precinct 1. That's at a cost of $21,861.33.
39.
39. Annual
Annual.
Annual lease.
With the first payment due at delivery,
And how long's that gonna take?
March or April.
Okay.
Okay, all in favor? Okay. 5-0. We've done item, we took care of item number 14. Number 15 is discuss, consider rescinding resolution number 052, FY 2018. Young County Commissioners Court resolution adopting county hotel occupancy tax.
I move that we rescind resolution 052, as the 2% mentioned in that resolution is not available at this time to us.
Second. Any discussion there? We need to have it. All in favor?
Aye.
Carried. Okay, we rescind the motion for that resolution adopting said hotel tax. Now we have item number 15, discuss, consider 16. Item number 16, discuss, consider adopting resolution number 055, FY 2018, Young County Commissioners Court resolution adopting hotel occupancy tax as referenced in the,
I would move that we adopt resolution 055 with 5% hot outside the incorporated areas of Young County.
Yeah, because that's left blank there, that's one of it was, maybe 5.
Well, Judge and I talked about 7, he may still want to propose 7, I think that 5 is where our discussions, we had no agreements, it's just everyone was happy at 5%, and a little reticent to begin with, start with.
I'll say that.
I wouldn't contest that because it's something that can be revisited,
5%.
provided there's not any different legislation that's been created.
I have discussed with our legislators too about getting the ball rolling to try to remove the restrictions on our amount from moving from 13 to 15%. So.
I had a telephone call from a hotel and lodging association, and they, it was a very courteous phone call, and they asked about this resolution, and I told them what I thought was going to happen here, which is what did take place. And they said, well, said if there is any legislation, please contact them.
They would like to have it
Tell
done.
them. Said they-
I've already discussed it with Drew Springer and Craig Estes' offices, and we're working towards that. So, maybe asking you gentlemen to lend your support to that. This way.
Okay, that's, I'll go on.
Okay.
It's possible.
Who got the second? Wyman?
You did.
A motion from Commissioner Sight, and second from Commissioner Wiley, to adopt resolution number 055 FY 2018, that's Young County resolution, imposing a hotel occupancy tax of 5% in the unincorporated areas of Young County. Is that accurate?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I have a question. How are we gonna get the money?
Well,
It'll be in the mail.
we're gonna probably either I or you, we'll write a letter and notify those that we identify that the tax is applicable to, most notably in here is the Wildcat. I think there probably may be a few bed and breakfasts or something like that that might be applicable to the tax. They'll get a letter from the Commissioner's Court, and we continue to write that up. We've already been one started, and we'll probably adapt it.
And they'll just voluntarily send it to
The
us?
city already has a form we may borrow, or we can create one for ourselves to give to them that they fill out at the end of their month.
Oh,
I think I'll get that off the comptroller's website.
You can do that, exactly,
I
sir.
think, and we'll send that to them, and that's the form. I think it's gonna be kind of self-ruled. I think they'll submit that, and I think they'll submit that to our financial department.
That's right.
What I believe, I have to do a little research on
And
that.
we'll deposit account.
But I think that's, think that's kind of
The norm,
self-discipline. They just do that, and I think it'd be due, I think it's due to us the month after it's, I believe,
After it's collected.
15 or, well, there's 15 days after the ending of the month that it's collected.
So January's will be due on February 15th.
Now, that needs to go in that motion too, to be imposed to begin in January 1.
I would amend that motion to say January 1.
So they're actually spending money.
Holiday again.
Don't send it to the comptroller.
I don't believe the comptroller.
I don't think the comptroller disturbs that.
I think we notify them and we provide them, they provide them with the form, the first form, obviously, make copies of it, but I think they have to, they're obligated then to collect that in behalf of Young County and submit that to our financial department, I think.
I believe that's correct.
And it will have to go into a special fund because it's got, some of that that's got to stay apart from our general.
Restricted use.
It's a restricted use fund and there's a little small laundry list of things we can use it for.
I thought that Holiday Inn was in the county. Because it kind
It's
of zigzags.
annexed.
It is?
It was annexed before it built, I think, or at the time it built.
That's
They see the handwriting on the wall.
Yeah, and they'll get city limits all the other side of the arena. So,
Okay, did you get all that motion?
I did, that one I did
Well, I'm
anyway.
glad somebody did. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? No, that's 5-0. Okay, that's something that's been bounced off of the court for the last 20 years. Before the Wildcatter, there really wasn't springs there. There was at one time a little tax left on the table here in Graham, but
Didn't choose to get it.
I don't believe that after going through this process now, I don't believe we were privy to it anyway. I don't think we had the authority to impose it until we had changed some legislation for Young County to go in there.
Well, we'll work on trying to become one of those 15 or 17% counties.
Just that you visited with,
baby steps.
Baby steps. This is a start.
Yeah, we definitely pay the other counties when we go to conferences.
You definitely do.
Skippy we do. Go stay in Dallas Fort Worth and see what their taxes are. Wow.
I think Judge Brinkley, my discussion with him has been that they tried to get before cents and they got opposition from.
They got some pushback from the
But
hotel.
they let it go or kind of conceded to it at 2 cents, so.
This stuff's kind of a compromise type thing.
Okay. So we're done with that one?
Yes, sir.
Item number 17. This discuss and consider access easement to the VRA concerning Stauffer Lane, Stauffer Road, and Old Bunker Road. It was tabled from the 27th meeting.
Yes, sir. Now we move that we take no action as a result of the information that's been received on that situation.
You move that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we need to move to take no action?
I don't know.
Will,
With all the discussion that we've had and the information that we've garnered, I thought it might be good to say that.
You go ahead and second that one.
I'll second that.
Look at you two, y'all's getting along. So sweet.
You know, this is.
If you had some of the information I've gotten on this road since I started researching
It's
it,
scary you to death.
And I what?
I said, if you'd gotten some of the information on this road and its history, that road was a county road for 25 years. That's the reason that the intersection is built the way it is with the culverts and what that is. From 1944 to 1969, the county leased a private road to be a county road and did all the repairs and maintenance.
For $15 a month, a year.
They paid to do that.
$15 a year.
Really?
$15 a year.
And then there was a private road easement across that until 2005.
Yeah.
But what we were asked to do with the BRA doesn't solve a thing.
No.
So we just leave it go.
And if you look at the way it is, our easement is from fence to fence, correct?
Well, yeah, I don't know if it's written, but.
But that's basically the way we would go, we would treat it.
Well, we've always treated things.
Okay, if that's the case, and you take that fence and you took and extended it across that road into that other fence,
Yeah.
that would take that road in right there, because those culverts, the way they're in there, that gets rid of that water from the west culvert, west bar ditch. That's the only way that they could get rid of it, is come through there and come back through there and have culverts on both sides of the road.
Yeah, I think, that,
He just got snake here and snake here.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a, guess it might be on our schedule as a Class A, first class road, a first class road, which
If it was on our schedule, it's not on our schedule.
not less than 60 feet.
on Bugger on Low Park Road.
But the property that started this, the sale of that property of Jeffries, goes all the way across that road, it includes that road, and that was the problem. He actually got a title policy when he bought it,
Yeah, he did, yeah,
and that title policy said no public access. So there is no public access down that road, he owns that property. Obviously, the trucks and this weed and all, been going up and down there. By doing, if we did what they asked, we only took care of that easement up to the end of the BRA easement, which still didn't have an easement past that, so it didn't help them people at all, so.
okay, good. Everybody get that resolved. All in favor?
No action.
No action.
We actually took a vote on no action.
Okay, we want to see how we can do these are one of the end of the year.
Yeah.
I don't know, I really don't know.
So who made the
how
second?
big old age being such,
The judge.
Policy within that.
I mean, they could solve that, this is a moment.
And that was the discussion I had with Mr. Jeffries this last weekend. You know, go ahead and find yourself a solution to the bill. You know, plain old bill has
Okay.
So we run that rag out all we could. Can't help it.
I know we're a lot more educated than what we want to be now.
We certainly were.
I empathize with Jeffrey a lot, but, you know, I don't think that's.
How in the world can the county enter into an agreement to lease a private road and pay them for it and maintain it? And that to the judge.
I don't know.
Here you go, there's the document.
Sinclair was the oil company that originally put that in 1945.
Is that right?
Sinclair was. Went from Sinclair to Arco, and from Arco to Phillips 66.
Phillips 66 to Shell.
There's 5 acres there.
And also out there.
I guess it was done as a tax abatement kind of thing. We'll scratch your back a little bit if you'll put that thing down there, tires should be.
I would be curious to say, if he owns that easement, I'd be curious to see what Miss Whitty's easement line agreement looks like.
Here's the question too, if we did it for 25 years under that lease, do we have a prescriptive easement now?
Well,
Would we have if we had continued to maintain it?
have we maintained it in
No,
outside of 20 years?
I've never seen it maintained.
The only thing.
Previous commissioner told me it wasn't our road, so
Yeah.
wasn't on our road list.
Well, it's not on the map, it's not on our list of roads.
At one time it must have been.
It was at one time. If they required it.
I wouldn't doubt that, but at one time,
Defaulted on the lease.
it was.
Defaulted on the lease, quit paying
Yeah,
$50.
Couldn't pay that $15.
County couldn't pay the $15, so we could spend whatever it
I'll
costs.
pay you to work on that road.
Pay a private road owner to maintain their road.
Yeah.
I might approach the Burgles out there in that situation.
Well,
Maybe.
We'll let you take care of the finances.
Take care of the paperwork.
everybody makes a big police on it. Might could lease.
I'm not going to.
County entering into a lease on a private road for county maintenance.
Yeah. Well, I don't think we've tried maintenance, but there was provisions back years ago.
There's no doubt that changed.
Where you could do some private work for monetary benefit, but I think.
This is the way their county was paying me. But this was 6 years after the BRA took that property.
Yeah.
Yes.
It was close to that time, from 38 to 44.
Yeah.
So So anyway, it was a different world. All right, fireworks, huh?
I don't tell you. Never know what's gonna happen, you don't tell.
Well, folks, we need rain.
We do.
Drier than a popcorn fire.
You might want to restrict those fireworks.
Yes, that brings us down to item number 18. This would be the last meeting that we have available to restrict the sale of certain fireworks.
Sticks with fins.
Fireworks with sticks or fins be restricted, couldn't sell those in the county. I don't know, I'll defer to the court what they want to do.
But to be perfectly honest with you, nowadays, I generally buy a lot of fireworks around the 4th of July. Not many of those things have sticks or fins on them anymore. Except
I know,
for
you're
the
right.
bottle rockets, which cause all the trouble.
Yeah.
But Roman candles and mortar shells are primarily what everybody shoots off nowadays, and there's not a lot of sticks. So by restricting them, I don't think we're hurting anybody's fireworks sales. So I think I would move to restrict them during this time. Anything with sticks and fins on it.
I just know the churches do fireworks stands a lot to get extra money. I would not want to hurt the church.
I think they're spending money on, like Mike said, just bigger and better stuff.
Better, different stuff.
Yeah.
It goes back, that's not gonna stop a Roman candle or
I
one
would
of
stop fools from doing
the other
it.
stuff that would, one of them things that goes off, that 5 or 6 different deals, it would tip over. Shoot
Sure.
out there, that'd be worse than a water rocket going off.
I've seen it.
You know?
Well, there's lots of water that falls out of those mortar shells.
Oh, yeah.
Some of them are still hot.
Those ground fountains can sure set off a lot of fire too. So we're not restricting a whole lot by doing it. Just basically it sends a message that we're concerned and be careful.
And the forecast don't look too good today,
No, and the humidity's gonna be low.
the 25% humidity.
Winds high.
How do we know what's gonna happen next month?
That's-
We don't.
We had downpour on.
I think the 14th is the last day.
But we're not setting a burn restriction. We're just restricting fireworks, right?
That's all that would be restrict the sale of certain fireworks. I think fireworks, sticks, and fins, I think how that order reads.
Well, whatever you think, I'll put the motion out there that we restrict those particular fireworks.
I'd second that.
Okay.
Might save somebody's life, right?
Or eyeball.
Eyeball.
Ask it to be louder.
Dude, right there, anyways, with a lit cigarette.
It got hit and I don't want the bottle rocket.
We've got a motion by Commissioner Sipes, second Commissioner Wiley, to issue an order restricting the sale of certain fireworks for our Christmas and New Year season. All in favor?
I'm gonna vote against it.
Huh?
I'll go along with
You
it.
are?
It's not, it's pretty dry.
Yeah.
So it's-
This is me.
4, 0, and 1.
4,
Oh,
1.
No, 4-1, 4. 4-1.
4-1. 4-1.
4 for, 1 vote.
Is your church on fire?
Thank you, Mr. President.
Probably should sing songs in a minute.
I'm just concerned for them. Yeah, I'm just concerned for them. I just know a lot of churches that do it.
Okay. Next is item number 19, and that will be to adjourn unless.
So moved.
Wiley through it,
Yes, sir.
Sitting there,
all in favor?
There it is.
Ah,
Unless you want to stay a little longer.
Kate,
all you want to.
Kate wants to stay